Hello fashion lovers, welcome back to my channel. It is this play suit we'll be making in this video today. All right, now you already know how we do. We always do calculations first. So this is the calculation I'm working with. Shoulder 16, bust 36, waist 28, hip 40, half length 16, laps 25, jumpsuit the jumpsuit length is 34, okay, and the sitting is 11. Now looking at this jumpsuit, you already know it is free. All right, so I added 6 inches to the laps, to the bust and waist and hip. Now it is not compulsory, yours must be 6. You can go with a 8 if you choose to, but the more you add, the more bogus it is. Okay, now if you watch it, there's no that, nothing, it's just a free play suit. Okay, then when you divide it by 4, you divide the bust waist hip by 4, whatever it gives you, you record it down. Then the half length, watch my half length, I added 2 inches to the half length. Why? Now this jumpsuit is not cut and join, where you make cut the up part, you cut the down part, you join. No, this jumpsuit, this play suit has everything, you cut it together. There is no joining on the waist. Okay, so I added 2 inches to the waist, to increase it. Why? For more comfortability. All right, then for the laps I added 6. Your laps is divided by 2, not 4. When you are sewing trouser jumpsuit, laps is divided by 2, not 4. Okay, then whatever it gives you, you write it down. And my sitting is 11. I'm working with is 11. Now this is a cut through, or how do I put it? It is a place that is free, and at the same time the whole thing was cut together. Okay, so 11 is very much okay. And for the cost of this video, this is the ankara I'll be using. Now you can equally use any other fabric, crepe, chiffon, whatever you feel comfortable in, but definitely not a stretchy fabrics. Okay, is any other fabric, cotton, duchess, see, name it, silk is okay. You know how we do it? First thing first, we take our, when we fold, we check the width or the vertical lines of the paper we folded. You can see it didn't give me 15, so I folded it again, and now it is giving me about 16, which is very much okay. All right, I folded this fabric, this pattern paper, using my laps measurement. Okay, now once you are folded using your laps calculation, which is mine is 15.5, place your tape horizontally this way, 4 inches above. Like, how do I put it? There is a straps on it. Okay, that's the singlet hand. 4 inches. Yours can be 5, yours can be 6, but know that the more you increase it, the more exposing it will be. If you look at it very well, it is well covered. Okay, so 4 is very okay. When you place it, you mark 9. 9 is my armhole length. Place it 4 inches above. Like, let the 4, just like I did, start marking out your measurement the way it should be. That is 9. This is what I marked now, is my half length, which is 18. Remember, it is 16. I added 2 inches. First thing first, place your tape horizontally 4 inches above. You start marking all the lines. The first lines you're to mark is the armhole depth. I went for 9. Okay, you can go for 8, is your choice. The next measurement you're to mark is your half length. Okay, so the first line is where my bust is my armhole depth, and equally my B. The second line is my waist, which is my half length. All right, so once you mark this out, the next thing you need to do is you need to mark your sitting. So another thing is, you can see this jumpsuit does not have any joining. So when measuring the person, you mark the sitting from the natural waist. Okay, so from the waist you mark your sitting. Remember, according to the calculation, my sitting is 11. So you will not be starting from the shoulder to mark your sitting. Rather, you start from the waist to mark your sitting. All right, You'll be starting from the waist to mark your sitting, and I just marked 11. Okay. Now, after marking your sitting, go back, place your rule and connect it properly, just like I'm doing. All right. Once you've connected your sitting, marked out the lines, the next thing we need to mark is our hip line. And this hip line, I did not measure it from the shoulder. I measured it from the natural way. So I'll mark my hip line, which I'm using 8 for my hip line. Okay. I'm using 8 for the hip line. Now, if you did not measure the person, like this is a jumpsuit without joining at the waistline. Okay. There's no vertical joining. It's just horizontal joining. You can either start from the, when you're measuring the hip, you start from the shoulder to measure it. When you're measuring the sitting, you start from the shoulder to measure. But when you did not, and you have all this is how you go about it. From the waist, measure your hip line, measure your sitting or your crotch. All right. Once you've done that, the next thing is we need to get the length of this our playsuit. Remember, our length is 34. So place it the way we did earlier. 4 inches, get your 34. Now it is 34. I will be adding 2 inches, making it 36. This particular play suit, the last thing you need is for your crotch to be tight. It cannot be tight. So that 2 inches I gave the waist is more like that freeness we need. We need an extension. Okay. So this is the length. I'm trying to get the length of the playsuit, 36. Remember, it is 35. I added 2 inches to give me 36. So I'll mark it out. That is my length, which is my jumpsuit or playsuit length. Okay. Which is my full length. All right. Now, having gotten all these vertical lines, remember you place your tape in a horizontal way to get the vertical lines. Once you have gotten it, you're almost done. All right. Now, this is one of the easiest way you cut your jumpsuit. Any jumpsuit that is that has no joining at the waist. Okay. This is the easiest way you go about it. Okay. Now, the first thing first is to mark half inches on open side. We are marking half inches now. There's no opening there. This is folded into 2. There is no opening. What is this half inches for? This part of the jumpsuit, there is no space for cutting. This half inches is cutting space. Yes, this is a cutting space which is optional. In a jumpsuit or trouser, it's usually optional. You can decide not to put it. You can decide it's your choice. But I like putting it so in case I want to do anything, I'll be able to cut freely. Okay, so that is what I'm connecting right now is more like cutting space. Space for my scissors to pass through. So guys, if you're still watching this video, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel. All right, if you have not subscribed. So I have gotten my cutting space done. The next thing is for the bust and the waist. We'll start marking. Now in this marking, look at the dress very well. In this marking, you will be marking the hip measurement. Okay, but first let's mark the bust measurement. Okay, let's mark the bust measurement according to the calculation. We have 10.5. All right, so I'm marking 10.5. Now for the waist, you can see the waist is very free. For the waist, I'll be marking the hip calculation. All right, the same on the hip line. I will mark my hip calculation. My hip calculation is 11.5. Now I'll go to my sitting crotch. I will equally mark my hip, which is 11.5. Then I'll use rule. Come back to the bust, mark your exact hip, which is 11.5. This part needs to be straight. It should not be curvy for any reason. All right, just follow your hip measurement straight down. Okay, follow your hip measurement straight down to the sitting. All right, once you've gotten to the sitting, the next thing we need to mark is our laps measurement. This point, what we need to mark, all right, we need to mark the laps calculation, which, remember, after division adding we have 15.5. So that is what I'll mark here. Now for this dress, your laps should be the same with the gown length. If you want, you can reduce the gown your width for the gown. If you don't, but the best is go with the length. Then you curve, connect it to the hip line. You see how I curved it? That is our crotch curving. Okay, let's go. Now I'm doing freehand. You can do freehand, it's matter of choice. All right, so this is my crotch. Now right on this playsuit length, you can either work with the 15 or you reduce it, whichever one, it is your choice. But you can see how free it is, so it is best you leave it. So I'm leaving it, I'm not reducing it. Okay, so connect that straight line this way on the bust upwards, follow that hip straight. Once you have done that, from that straight line at the hip, at the bust, sorry, that we can see where I'm placing my tape. Place it the way I'm doing that, then mark 4. What do I call this for? This 4 can be your neck width. Okay, it can be 4. You can see how the tape is. You can mark 4, you can mark 4.5, at most 5 inches. You don't want it going off the shoulder. Okay, but I'm going for 4, to be on the safe side. That is 4 inches that I marked. Then once you have done that, you get your French cuff. But before you place your French cuff, you need to know is either you curve it at the B or you place your tape this way. This point, what are you trying to achieve? You're trying to achieve your neck depth. You've gotten your neck width of 4. What will be your neck depth is your choice. All these parts will go off. All these parts will go off. What you mark as your neck depth is your choice. Remember, when placing your tape horizontally, always go 4 inches above. That is what I mark. Now, this is 8 inches. If you want your neck depth 8, is your choice. If you want it at that bust point where the B is, which is 9, it is your choice. Okay, so we are working with 8. That is what I marked there. Take your tape. Looking at it, whether this particular style on the picture is giving us like a V, but it's not a sharp V. So French curve does the V. All right, once you have done that, you place your rule this way, your French curve. Sorry, you can see I place my French curve. Curve it. This is your armhole. All right, this is your armhole. Now looking at this picture already, I hope you know it is giving, or if it's not giving, let me know in the comment section, because for me, I believe it is giving me what is on the picture already. Okay, so next thing, if I want to reduce my bust, this is when I mark my bust. This is the side you should reduce. You see that? The same with the waist. If you want to reduce your waist, this is the side you reduce. Okay, but I do not want it to reduce, so I'm good to go this way. Okay, so you connect it. Hope you're getting me. Yeah, so this is it. All right, connect these crotch parts together. Please let me know on the comment section. Looking at it, is it giving? Let me know if it is giving. Let me know in the comment section. I'll really appreciate it. Okay, so this is it, and this is our front pattern. Yes, our front pattern is ready. Now for this singlet hand, what will be the length? That 4 inches you took, that will be what you the space, all right, the singlet hand, all right, or the straps, that will be it. Then you cut. So let's cut. So you can see I'm cutting. You already know all this side is not needed. Now, if you have any question about this play suit I'm cutting right now, please drop it on the comment section. I will attend to it, okay? And if you're making it and you notice anything, let me know. And if you think the 4 inches I used is too small, let me know on the comment section the perfect neck width for this, okay? Now this is our neck and this part is our armhole. Looking at this dress already, it is giving already. I know. And if you think it's not giving, let me know in the comment section. So guys, we have gotten to this level. The next thing is for us to mark the back. Remember, when it comes to jumpsuit and trouser, the difference is just the top. So you equally treat it the way we treat our trouser. Okay, you fold it this time around. When you fold your fabric, we're trying to trace out the back, get our back pattern the same way we add 2 inches to the trouser. That is how we will be adding it here. Okay, now you place it. This part, this is where the back is. I don't know, this is the picture of the back. Are you seeing the picture of the back? This is the picture of the back, how the back should be. You can see the back is straight. So this neck and neck width is not needed. The neck and neck width is not needed, all right? So that armhole part and the neck part is not needed. So this is how you place it, okay? Get your pin, hold it down so it doesn't move. The only thing we need right now is to add allowance. Now, if you watch when I was doing my calculation, there was no allowance added. Okay, there was no allowance added. Let me fold this back, okay, so you understand better. There was no allowance added when doing the calculation. So this is time for you to add the allowance. All right. Now, you already know for your trousers, you add 2 inches to the laps, the ties, is exactly what we are to add. So right here, you mark 2 inches, okay, 2 inches, go to the sitting, the crotch, the laps, 2 inches, you go to the hip part of it and equally add your 2 inches, okay. Now for the upper part of this dress, now if you watch it, there is a kind of a rope, tieable as this thing. So I will not be working with two, I'll just work with 1 inch, the upper part. All right, right at the waist too, I will be working with 1 inches. Okay, then I'll curve the first bust and waist. I will go for long rule, connect it straight down. Then this part I will need to curve it a little bit, go with the flow, curve it a little bit, Good. Then the same thing with this one. Curve it. All right, then the next thing is I'll connect it down. So that is our back. All right, you can see how I did that. This is our back. Now I just need to let you know all the allowances and where they are. Here I did 2, here 2, here 2, here 1, and the upper part 2, 1. Now, no other where should you put allowance. Your allowance should only come this part that I marked right now. No other place. Every other thing is the same. Then you cut. Okay. The difference between the back and the front is the neck and the armhole one. And the allowances, the sewing allowances we added. Alright, so this is it. Now, the side is off. We just need to cut the crotch part of it. This is it. Good. Then our playsuit is ready. Back and front ready. What next? What next? Now the next, remember our front is 2, our back piece is 2, okay? So what next is for us to, this is the back. Get our fabric, place this and cut. But before doing that, let me check. Is it giving? I need to check to know if what I marked on the paper is giving. But first, look at the curve on the back. We need to mark that curve. Place your tape horizontally the way it is now. Then specify your neck depth for the back. You can see the deepness. All right, now I went for 12. Remember, the armhole is 9 and I took this measurement right at the armhole. Measure 9. The depth is 12 in total. Then the width, the same 4 inches. Now, if you think the width should be wider, let me know in the comment section. It is giving me like the back should be wider, but let's cut it first. While finishing it, I can always deepen it if I wish to. Okay, so this is our curve at the back. Now let me remind you how I got the curve again. I placed my rule, my tape 9 inches above. I got 12. Then my neck width for it is the same 4. I curved it. Let me know in the comment section if I should deepen it more or I should have deepened it more. Let me know, on the comment section. So this is it. Now deepening it is very much easy, when sewing or when finishing it. You can always deepen the back if you choose to. So our back and front is ready. Our back pattern is ready. Our front pattern is ready. Now remember, the front is 2, the back is 2. Let's place this front together and see if it will give us what is on the picture. If it is giving, let me know in the comment section, please. Just tell me it is giving. But for me, I'm feeling the vibe already. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it is giving me what I want. Okay. So just place it together the way we, join our trouser this way. Now I will be using pin to pin, hold it down first. Okay, this part, the crotch part, you hold it. This is the length. You hold it down. The same thing with the upper part of it. Equally get pin part, this part. So if we open this up, if it is not giving us what is on the picture, you will know. That is why I always advise go with your pattern paper. Pattern paper is 150. It makes it more easy. Even when you may make mistake, you're not wasting, you're not throwing away anything. So this is my pattern paper, and one. I equally need to pin the center here. Good. It is pinned. So let's open it up. Wow. It is giving, yeah. It is giving what is on the picture. Yes, it is. So it is vibing, it is giving. Okay, now I think I noticed something on the V. You can see the V, it is small, but I believe when sewing, I can deepen it, or when it's time to finish it, I can equally, deepen it a little bit. Okay, now with this pattern, I know I'm on the right track. I did not make mistake. I just need to place it on the fabric and sew. All right. So guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe. I do go live when sewing most of my clothes. Okay, so if you have not subscribed, subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate every comment on the comment section. Thank you all. So for me to deepen it a little bit, this is what I would do. You can see how I'm curving it, but it is preferable you finish sewing before you deepen, but you can do that on the pattern paper, which is what I've done right now. Now let me pin back and open. Now you can see it is a little bit wider. Okay, so let me know on the comment section if this is what we want, if it is given. Okay, so this is it. Yes, this is pattern paper. You can actually see the the crotch part because the paper is straight. Now let's fold our strap and add it to the neck part, so you see how it looks, to give it more look alike. Now, how do you finish the neck of this dress? Please, it is bias. Yes, it is bias. It is piping. Well, I don't know, some call it piping. It is bias, that singlet finishing. That is what we are to use when finishing this dress. Okay. There is a tool for it anyway, a footer, for piping or singlet or stripes piping or bias piping. We call it, or bias piping. There's a foot for it, it makes it easy when you're using the footer. All right, so let's place the other part of it. Now this is giving me what I want, even if I feel I need to deepen it a little more. But to avoid it being excess, let me sew it on the fabric first. When it's sewn on the fabric, I'll decide if it should be deepened more. But you already know you can easily do that. After joining, you can easily do what you want before piping. Okay, so is it giving? Let me know on the comment section. If it is giving, do not forget to drop it on the comment section. All right, let me know if this is what we want. Okay, now this part will be sewn. You can see, because it's paper, you can actually see that part, but forgetting that part, it is giving already. It is giving me what I want. So what I'll do right now is place it on my paper fabric. the ankara I'm using to cut this play suit, place them out, and just cut. Yeah, place them out and cut, then sew them. Like I said, the finishing for this is bias and nothing else, just bias. But you can decide to use facing for some part of the neck, and just put rope or bias at the to connect the both of them. So my fabric will be folded into two when cutting each one, and you place it very well. Folded into two, and you place well when cutting. Right, so this is it. Trying to adjust it a little bit. So guys, if you have any question, drop it on the comment section. All right, let's cut the fabric.